Hello everybody. It is I, Whimsy, back to do a tarot reading and to talk a little bit about what's going on in the news. So, Hope Hicks. The power of the meditative state. So for those people just tuning in, my name is Whimsy. And I do tarot readings, and I also do meditation, a heart-centered meditation technique. I use a very old tradition, a heart-centered meditation, where we attempt to use meditation and heart-centered meditation in order to make ourselves open to receiving information from others. Sometimes I use the more formal remote viewing technique, which is where I'll go into an area, not necessarily know what I'm targeting or what I'm trying to find. I've done that. I've done the traditional technique. People ask me about that. But personally, how I get the most success, the technique that's helped me the most, has been to follow the emotion, to connect with my own body and follow where the energy takes me. And it's just the technique that works best for me. I have found using the traditional Silva mind control technique is somewhat helpful, and so is the remote viewing technique. But because of how my brain works, using the heart-centered technique was the most effective. So that's what I do. I do heart-centered meditation every night. So I recorded it last week, and we record everything so that I can learn from my mistakes and I can learn when I'm right about the accuracy of remote viewing and the meditative state. So last week, was it? We can go back and check. We talked about the Mueller report a lot and how I attempted to use the traditional remote viewing technique to see if I could get into any information about the Mueller report. And when I did that meditation, what came back was Hope Hicks, and Hope Hicks cooperating with the special counsel, turning and receiving immunity, and that it was her testimony that was going to sink the president and link him to obstruction of justice, witness tampering, and abuse of power. So that is the main thing I saw when I meditated on the Mueller report, was the testimony of Hope Hicks. And we documented it so that at the very least we could try and understand why the brain picks up some stuff but doesn't pick up the other stuff. So after I did that meditation and I saw the Mueller report concentrating mostly on Hope Hicks' testimony and the Trump Tower meeting, the Russian collusion with the Trump Tower meeting, I documented it, and the impression I got was that Mueller's mandate or Mueller's job was becoming smaller, and they were just focusing on that Trump Tower meeting and the testimony of Hope Hicks. That is how it looked. And I documented it to just see how it would unfold. So today, Hope Hicks is in the news, and she has agreed to cooperate with Congress, and she's going to be handing over all the documents to Congress and probably going to be subpoenaed. When I go into that energy, it just feels to me like the special counsel gave her permission, and that they may call her back, but she basically has permission from the special counsel to cooperate with the congressional investigation, and everything is on track the way it's supposed to be on track. And perhaps the reason why I was only able to get that information is because the meditation technique I use is by permission only, meaning that when I do the meditation technique of heart-centered, a heart-centered meditation, and I ask to see the information, I call on my spirit guides, my good angels, my guardian angels, and only receive that which is mine, which I am entitled to receive, and with the permission of the other person. So it's a prayer I do during my meditation that perhaps people get annoyed. Well, we want to know more than that, and you're only telling us what you're allowed to tell us. And so for whatever reason, last week, because I'm still learning how this whole meditation technique, why does it work and how does it work? But for whatever reason, last week I was only able to see that snippet, that one aspect of the investigation. So I suspect what happens is that most of what I pull up is, it's almost like mathematics. It's what the most likely outcome is going to be. And based on the energy that's floating around. And I usually get a rough idea of what's going to be coming out over a couple of weeks. Things get really complicated. There's a lot more factors that go into play if you're talking about a year from now, 2 years from now. But anyway, so I thought it was kind of amazing that Hope Hicks is now in the news because of how it looked to me in the meditative state. It's kind of cool when you do the meditative state because I just try to deliver what I see and deliver it raw, document it, and not embellish or edit it so that we have some kind of documentation of the meditation, and then trying to understand those. I know a lot of people that watch this channel are scientists, are trained in the sciences. Those of us that do this sort of thing, we're trying to figure out how it works, and there are a lot of different theories about how it works. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and shuffle, and I'm just going to check on Hope Hicks and see how she's doing, because I haven't shuffled on her yet, and what significance her testimony is going to have in Congress. Let's take a look. Hope Hicks. What will be with Hope Hicks? What is her future? Base card, patience, anger, frustration, the law. This is the feeling of angry young man, or it can be a swift legal action. This is like when the feds show up at your door, or a SWAT team. It's quick, it's aggressive, it's the guy coming with the sword. It's very interesting. It's paired with a temperance card, which is to be patient. Patience, we've been patient, and then this energy starts moving in, which just pushes. It's extremely aggressive. It's like people have been saying to me for the last 2.5 years, when's he leaving? When's he leaving? And you get this patience about the current situation. But what's coming right behind it is like this new energy that comes in. It's a very aggressive new energy, and that's the energy of the Knight of Swords. What is right over Hope Hicks? Ace of Cups. I've talked about this. I think she has immunity, and I think that she has a deal with Mueller, and I think that her testimony is significant for her testimony and the information regarding the conversation the president had with his son on Air Force One, I believe, is going to be the main thing that leads to this president facing impeachment. The work is done. So I feel like she's been cooperating. She's gone above and beyond what she was asked to do by the special counsel. She's completely cooperated, and there really isn't much more she can say or do that she hasn't already done. She's been very transparent with them. It looks like she's also going to be working. She's got a new job offer coming in, Hope Hicks. What she sits in: a man, air sign male, angry, vindictive, malignant narcissist, possibly potentially dangerous, fear or worry, what she marinates or sits in. The fear of the aggressive male, the psychotic male. An inverted, he's also the color of ice, blue ice. I don't know if people have noticed that about the King of Swords. He's the color of blue ice. And I had another friend who's a tarot reader who used to call him the Ice King. So an inverted King of Swords is probably the cruelest king in the card chart, or the cruelest male energy. It's really the psychopath or the sociopath. It's someone who you think of as their behavior is truly cruel. What passes her? The war has already been won. The victory has already happened. So it's almost like people are, the outcome has already been decided and everybody's just taking their places, and then we're going to go through the process. I think the president is done. I think that Barr is going to do the right thing. I think furthermore, Barr was threatened by the president. I think that happened recently, and I think Barr got scared and asked Rosenstein to stay on because he started seeing crazy, questionable behavior from the president. And I think that when Barr came in, he really didn't know that the president was this way. She's starting a new job, it looks like, probably in the 4th month, April, in the springtime. And she's putting this whole White House thing behind her. She may possibly write a book. I know everybody's writing a book. But this can also be a business deal or offer of money. So she's being offered some money, and it has something to do with her former work. So either it's similar type of work, or she's going to be offered money to share details or talk about the work she had with Trump in the past. And then clarification, I think her relationship with the president is over, and I don't see any future relationship with her and Donald Trump. And in fact, quite the opposite. I think she's glad to be free of him. And I think that she's moving on from this experience, and I just see her fully cooperating, receiving immunity. You can see here, she received double aces straight up. Cooperation and victory, and it's been going, and she cooperated a lot earlier on than people had previously known, most likely when she got subpoenaed by Mueller. All right, so that's what I have on Hope Hicks. Looks like she's fully cooperating. She's done with this president. I don't anticipate she'll ever speak to him again. She would rather not speak to him again. She would rather have no relationship with him. How do I know that? Because her outcome is the Queen of Swords, who puts the past behind her and breaks the chain or the bond she has with somebody who maybe it had a sexual component to it or an addictive component to it. Maybe power was addictive. But some aspects of that unhealthy relationship has been broken, and she wants to put the past behind her. All right, there you go. That was today's quick tarot reading and a little bit of information about the Mueller report, because we had looked into the Mueller report last week, and Hope Hicks came up. So I think that what we're now seeing, because we're trying to understand the human brain, right? Like, how does the brain collect data from other brains? I mean, the basic theory is of the collective consciousness is that it's really one brain, and we're all communicating. You know, when we meditate at night and when we quiet our brains, we can start feeling or sensing, because human beings, healthy human beings, we all want to be healthy, are innately empathetic, and so we can feel each other's stuff if we open our hearts to it. That's the general theory. All right, everybody. Thanks for the support and thanks for tuning in. What amazing times we live in. If you're still trying to get in for readings, I have no openings on Friday. I still have plenty of openings for Thursday and Saturday, though. Not so much Saturday, but definitely tomorrow. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.